Welcome to Givi Global, where we bring you the latest Givi news from around the world. The MotoGP teams and riders had a pretty hectic schedule in the last few weeks as they traveled east for the final stretch of the 2019 World Championship. After Thailand, that we covered in the previous episode of Givi Global, they raced in Japan, Australia, and Malaysia. The factory Ducati team, led by its captain Andrea Dovizioso, had another good run with 2 podiums in Motegi and Sepang and a little setback at Phillip Island, where Andrea only managed to close in 7th position after wearing out the rear tire and going wide at the last lap while he was fighting for the podium. His teammate Danilo Petrucci delivered 2 ninth-place finishes in Japan and Malaysia, but unfortunately crashed in spectacular fashion in Australia, also involving Fabio Quartararo. A true shame because Danilo was having a great weekend despite the unusually cold and windy conditions down under. Luckily, he walked away without major consequences, but it could have been much worse. Motegi was the last race of the year for Taka Nakagawa on his LCR Honda. The Japanese rider went through a big deal of pain to finish the race before undergoing scheduled surgery to his shoulder. He'll be back next year, but in the meantime, his place has been taken by Johan Zarco. The Frenchman, who sat out a few races after parting ways with KTM Red Bull, made his comeback in MotoGP in Australia with a 13th place finish on a brand new bike and on a notoriously tough circuit like Phillip Island. He then proceeded to turn some heads in Malaysia with a solid performance in practice and a great start to the race, but unfortunately he was taken out by Joan Mir with 3 laps to go and a clear shot at a top 10 finish. Much better results for the team's captain, Crutchlow, who finished 5th in Japan, but was the author of a spectacular race in the extreme weather conditions at Phillip Island, where he captured a magnificent 2nd place behind 2019 champion Marc Marquez. The Briton had to deal with degrading tires and was in full management mode in 3rd position when Maverick Vinales crashed out and handed him the final 2nd spot on the podium. Even the last lap was a thriller when it started raining and Cal had to limp his way to the finish line on a shattering tire. Unfortunately, Crutchlow could not keep his momentum alive in Sepang, where he had a bad start and was forced to take many risks to attempt a comeback. Cal locked up the front brake and crashed out while he was in 8th place, and it looked like he could have at least got a top 5. The 2019 World Superbike Championship is in the books, and Jonathan Rea clinched his record 5th consecutive title. Givi-sponsored Turkish Puchetti Racing Kawasaki won the award of Top Independent Team, and its star rider Toprak Razgatlioglu also gained the honor of Top Independent Rider. The young talent finishes the 2 races in Argentina and Qatar with yet another slew of good results, but unfortunately he will not be part of the team for the 2020 season. Toprak, as expected, signed with Yamaha, getting not only a factory ride for the next 2 years, but also an option to debut in MotoGP in 2022. It was such a great opportunity that even Manuel Puchetti himself told him to take it. Moving on, the team signed Spaniard Xavi Forés to compete in World Superbike for 2020 and confirmed Frenchman Lucas Mahias in World Supersport, together with the new arrival of Philipp Odel, son of the legendary German Grand Prix rider Peter. Last week, Givi showed up in full force at the 77th edition of the EICMA Show, the largest motorcycle exhibition in the world. Many new products were introduced to the public, including some very interesting concepts that are still in the developing stage, but the prototypes are already very close to what we will see in the final production. We put together a quick compilation of the videos that were shot live at the show. Check it out.
Brand new for 2020 is our new Alaska aluminum panniers. They're based on our very successful Tracker Outback series, but in this case, instead of using the mono key cam system, it uses the standard mono key. So PL or PLR mounts already existing, very widespread all over the world, you can put these bags on. Main feature we want to discuss. First of all, the release from the mounts is via cable. So we have a wire running in. You just give a little twist of this handle here and it's gonna detach from the bike. Very easy, very reliable. Another feature I see here, as I release it, the case stays there. So there's a hook there that engages automatically and it keeps the bag from tipping over. Why? Because when you have a bigger top box here and you want to access your top loader here, you can just tilt it and access without interfering. So that's one main feature here. Of course, it's patented. The wire system for the release is patented. Now we're gonna look at the inside, so you open it. Another big feature, we don't have the straps anymore. So you can open it and it stays there. It doesn't slam back on your hands, and it's nice and neat without cables or anything. All the features are fully water resistant. You're gonna have a lot of different accessories for these. As you see here, we mounted a handle, but in the molds here, we already have the strap loops, so you can strap whatever you want on top of it. Another very important feature that's gonna be very exciting for all you travelers around the world. As I remove it, you're gonna see here, I can lock this in place. This is the main part. These blocks here are now fully removable, replaceable, so the bag is repairable. No more problems with wearing off and then they start rattling. You just buy the replacement parts and you can service it. So this is the new Alaska Trekker Alaska aluminum pannier. Brand new for 2020 is the new weightless series from Givi. This is a prototype, so we're going to show you. Maybe there's going to be a little bit of a change in the aesthetic, in the look, once we're ready to go into production, but this is a very late stage prototype, so it's pretty close to what it's going to be. I'm going to show you the top box here, and then we're going to go and see the side case. So the top box, as you see, we have a zipper. And the system latches on a regular mono-key plate. So it's a very light. The technology is thermoform ABS. It's something that we took from the business of regular luggage, traveling luggage. So very light, but very, very strong. Also flexible to some extent. It mounts, like I said, on a regular mono-key mount, and they're very light and resistant. So from the 35-liter top case, we now switch to the 30-liter side case. Same concept, thermoform ABS. It's not expandable, but like I said, it's a full mono-key rack system. So you see, this is a standard mono-key, and super light, super strong. This is the new weightless series from Givi, prototype, but the final product will be very, very close to this. Brand new for 2020 is also the Trekker 35. So this is a redesign of our very popular Trekker series. Is a hybrid case. So we have a polypropylene base with an aluminum panel outside for extra protection and also good looks. As you see, the design is brand new and redesigned, very nice. And the volume, now we have something in between the smaller 33 and the bigger 46. Now we have, this is a 35 liters side case, but it also can be mounted as a top case according to whatever you want to do. This is the new Trekker 35. For 2020, we took our tank lock system to a brand new level. As you see here, you can probably recognize this is a pillion, this is a passenger seat. So now you can mount a tank lock bag to your passenger seat. If you don't have a passenger, that's extra room that you want to use, and that's how you do it. So as you see, standard tank lock, we just remove it, and this is the part that you're going to strap to your passenger seat, so you can mount any tank lock bag to your passenger seat. There you go. Brand new for 2020 is the Chorion Range. As you see, it's been developed for cafe racer and kind of classic bikes. It's made by a set of panniers, a tank bag, we have a backpack, and a leg bag. So I'm going to give you the skin on this one. So we have side bags. They are 25 liters each. They come with the separate harness that you buy separately. The harness stays on the seat all the time, and then through a MOLLE system you can adapt and attach the two side bags to your motorcycle. Fully waterproof roll top, and they're made of ballistic nylon with kind of fake leather insert. They're really nice and really smooth. We now move to the tank bag, and it can be magnetic or it comes with straps as well, perfectly adapting to most of the tanks of the cafe racer or classic bike. They have the best fitting system for those is either straps or magnets. So this is an 8 liters bag and adaptable to anything. Again, we have a nice ballistic nylon and a nice finish on top with an extra pocket for your device. We move now to an 18-liter backpack. that can be also strapped to the seat if you want, just tucking away the straps. You can actually put it on the seat, and it can work as a seat bag. And as a final piece of the collection is the new leg bag. It's very practical if you ride, and you can have it on the side of your back. We develop a system to strap it around your back, around your legs, so that it doesn't rotate when you ride. So this is the Chorion Range, brand new from Givi for 2020.
November is the month of EICMA and by far the largest motorcycle show on the planet. This year, Givi once again was a force to reckon with, displaying all the new products for 2020, together with some unique concepts, anticipating the design and the technology of the next generation of Givi accessories. Every year, Milan, Italy becomes the center of the motorcycle world, and the 77th edition was no different. Nearly 1,900 brands from the 43 countries were on display for an estimated attendance of almost 800,000 visitors and 45,000 industry and media operators over the 5 days of the show. The EICMA is also a great place for the fans to meet and greet their favorite riders, and this year many of the Givi-sponsored teams dedicated a few minutes of their busy schedule to sign autographs at the Givi booth. Among them, Andrea Dovizioso and Danilo Petrucci of Team Ducati MotoGP, Xavi Flores and Lucas Mahias of Team Puccetti Kawasaki World Superbike and Supersport, Kevin Benavides and Ricky Brabeck of Team Monster Energy Honda HRC Rally, and Italian enduro and rally legend Alessandro Botturi. While the EICMA show was taking place in Milan, our subsidiary Givi Malaysia organized the 2019 Mega Ride and Camp event at Lada Lembek, Pahang. The event is promoted by the Javista community and saw the participation of 60 riders on a variety of motorcycles and scooters, and the flag-off ceremony was held at Givi Asia, personally officiated by our managing director, Mr. On Ha Sui. Ride and Camp was a fun initiative, and all the participants spent 3 days and 2 nights riding and camping, followed by a 328-kilometer course traced by the Givi staff. Besides a nice welcome kit, registered riders enjoyed many side events and initiatives like gourmet food, an outdoor movie night in the jungle, and an adventure riding clinic conducted by Remy Burgas. During the event, Givi Asia unveiled the new Vista helmet collection with the help of Givi ambassador and local legend Anita Yusuf, the first Muslim woman to travel solo around the world on a motorcycle. Thank you for watching this last edition of Givi Global for 2019. We'll be back next year, but in the meantime, you can keep up with all the latest Givi news from around the world by subscribing and following the Givi official channel on YouTube.